Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Football Observer. My name is Bruce, and today we'll be debriefing the round of 16 and previewing the quarterfinals and making some predictions. Wales lost to Denmark 4-0, and I predicted it to be a very close match. However, after 20 minutes, Denmark were the better team, especially after they scored, and Wales were not able to respond to the energy that Denmark had. And after the first two goals, they kind of lost their heads already, and Wales weren't really able to get into the game anymore. However, the game that I actually predicted to be a blowout ended up being the one that's a really cagey affair. Italy ended up beating Austria 2-1 in extra time. The game started off with Italy very, very strong, keeping up their energy and closing down fast. But Italy weren't able to keep up their closing down and slowly got fatigued. This allowed Austria to grow more into the game as time passed. However, Italy dug deep and used their strength in squad depth to get over the line in extra time. Now, the first big upset of the round came when Czech Republic beat the Netherlands 2-0. Actually, the game was pretty balanced up until the elite sending off, as both teams kept possession and the Czech Republic tried to counter. But once the elite got sent off for that handball, the Netherlands looked rattled and never really looked comfortable and struggled to get out of their own half. And from there, the Czech Republic were able to capitalize on their numerical advantage. Belgium won, Portugal 0. Portugal really struggled to contain Belgium's wingbacks, and they were also ineffective in attack as they didn't really test Belgium's back three, as they kept the passing short and everything in front of the Belgium midfield and defense. It was only until late that they started to cross the ball more into the box and when Portugal saw more chances. But by then, it was too late. Belgium just kept things tight at the back, and Portugal ran out of time. Croatia 3, Spain 5. Croatia really missed Lovren in the defense, as you can see by the third and fourth goal. And the Achilles heel of Croatia for this game was their defense, especially in extra time. Going to extra time, Croatia had all the momentum, having just come back from 3-1. And if they had kept up the momentum and not given up that fourth goal, they could have won it. But when Spain got that fourth goal, you saw how deflated they were, and they just couldn't get back into the game and keep up that same energy levels anymore, and were just way too fatigued. France 3, Switzerland 3. Now this was an amazing game. This game, I think, will be talked about for ages. This is the game you show people who are not into football to try to convince them to watch football, and why football is considered the beautiful game. What an amazing game. Now, I think France were way too cocky entering into this game. They thought that they could just show up, and because, they were, the reigning world champions and they had amazing players from left, right, center, defense, wherever, they could just show up, play, a round of game, and it was done. But they weren't. I mean, when the ball kicked off and Switzerland started to play, they came out flat and had no energy. They were lacking desire and the ability to close down Switzerland. France had no shape, they had no strategy. And in the second half, France changed up their system and they decided, okay, we're just gonna play with like 4 forwards and 2 attacking midfielders and just have a back 4 and Conte holding everything together. And that's not how you win a football game. Yes, they scored like 2 amazing goals, right? But Switzerland responded. They kept their heads up and they kept attacking. And because France were so cocky, they think, oh, we scored these 3 amazing goals, we got this in the bag. They didn't realize that, hey, Switzerland came back and gave them a 1-2 punch and tied the game. And once it goes to penalties, it's toss of a coin, and they ended up losing. So France only have themselves to blame by being too cocky and not taking their opponent with respect. England 2, Germany 0. Finally, England were able to defeat their arch nemesis, Germany. England did really well actually to match Germany's formation of 3-4-3. They were able to nullify Germany's wingbacks, which was very important for Germany against Portugal. The game was well balanced up until Grealish came on. When Grealish came on, he played more central, which created space on the left-hand side for Shaw to attack. And it's there from where the first goal came from. It would have been interesting to see how England would have responded had Muller scored that chance, but sadly we'll never know. Ukraine keep their Cinderella story going as they defeat Sweden 2-1 in extra time. It was a balanced game, with each team having chances in the full 90 to finish off the game. However, once it came to extra time, Sweden had a man sent off, and Ukraine just capitalized on that and ended up scoring it in the last minutes. Now on to the quarterfinals. Up first, we have Switzerland versus Spain. Now, I think this will be an evenly balanced game, like really cagey, really tight affair. Switzerland have shown that they're well organized in their 3-4-3 formation. They're able to counterattack and transition with pace. They're also able to keep possession really well. Switzerland are also a threat in the air, as we saw against France, with 2 of their goals coming from crosses in the box. And Spain look very vulnerable against Croatia whenever Croatia play crosses or long balls in behind their defenders. Spain, however, I think are just picking up form at the right time, especially Morata. However, they will need to deal with the long ball and crosses in the box better if they understand a chance against Switzerland. My prediction, I think this game goes all the way to penalties, with Spain just edging it out. Next, we have Belgium versus Italy. This will be Italy's first test of their backline as they come up against quality attack from Belgium. As Belgium have Lukaku, Hazard, and possibly De Bruyne back. Can Italy contain Belgium's wingbacks? As we've seen that 4-3-3 struggle against Belgium's 3-4-3 formation. How will they manage? And most importantly, can Italy maintain their energy levels throughout the whole game and not just fade off, as we saw against Austria? As for Belgium, can they defend against Italy's transition game? Unlike Portugal, Italy transitioned from defense to attack with pace and directness, as they like to get their forwards to run in behind defenders. How will Belgium cope with these runners? Can their back three keep up? Vertonghen was caught out many times against Denmark with runners in behind him. Will the threat of quick transitions and directness from Italy keep their wingbacks honest? Or will they be allowed to roam forward and expose the back three even more? My prediction for this game is Italy winning it in extra time, as Italy have the squad depth to bring from the bench and get their vital goal. Czech Republic versus Denmark. I think Denmark will have enough to see the Czech Republic off, as their 3-4-3 formation is well organized and are potent enough in attack, as their wingbacks are very influential. And as we've seen throughout this tournament, whenever a 3-4-3 goes up against a 4-3-3, they tend to struggle. I see Denmark winning this 2-0. Ukraine versus England. While Ukraine looked dangerous on the counterattack, I think England's stingy defense will keep them at bay, and the potency of England's attack will be too much. This England defense has yet to concede throughout the whole tournament. As for attack, England just have so many options. They can just wait you out and eventually bring on a change in the second half, as we saw against Germany when they brought on Grealish and changed their formation and be more of a threat. If they were, however, chasing the game late and need a late goal, they can bring in Calvert-Lewin. If they want to be more direct, they can bring in Rashford. And this is why I think England will just overpower Ukraine. Who do you think will make it to the semis? Will there be another upset? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you like my video, please like and subscribe. If you want me to talk about any topic, please let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time.